Show. In studio, my brother, my friend, Greg Swiszcz.
What's up, Ronnie?
What's happening, dog? Today we are talking about the turning point in your business. We always talk about the turning point. There has to be an emotional moment in your life, Greg, where you decided to go from, a regular clock-in employee to an entrepreneur. It's a huge step. A lot of people, they don't take it. What made you take it?
So I launched my business, as I mentioned, about 3 years ago, and kind of did it part-time and just building and building. But really, as business grew and I realized that there was a demand for what we were offering in Arizona with my city apartments, I just realized that I had to do it. Like, this is something that for me, I've dreamt of owning my own business, and I really want to be able to provide service to people in need. And by being able to do that, I just said I couldn't do it part-time anymore, and it was it was a very scary step, because you just don't know how it's going to end up. But, I went from that full-time employee doing this on the side to, all in, let's do it, let's make it happen.
Yeah, that's a huge step. And you actually inspired me to do that. Back during my leadership program, I was in the same boat.
Right.
But I have a lot of buddies, again, online through Facebook. They're scared to death to take that leap, to leave a regular 9-to-5 job. I don't want to call it a secret, but what I did, I saved. That was a key piece for me. I saved a bunch of money, put it away, and then I could take that leap into entrepreneurship and launch the Spark Your Heart show. Do you feel that, especially in our current economic situation, is it crazy to be an entrepreneur, or it's inevitable that clock-in jobs are there? It looks like they're going to go away. I mean, all there's left is little part-time jobs out there.
Yeah, I don't know that they'll ever go away. I mean, there's big companies that run this country, that run this world, that are going to need the day-to-day employees. But definitely entrepreneurship is spiking. And, it's not crazy to think that you can have your own business by any means. You just got to find what you love. And when you find what you love and you find your passion, it's not work anymore.
Yeah, definitely.
And so now then it's a lot less scary to make that jump when you found what it is that you love to do. So, there's lots of things out there. You can go to any website almost and find out ways to start your business while you're working full time.
Right.
But when it comes time, take the leap. And, worst case scenario, you can always go back, right?
I mean, love that statement. Yeah.
Serious.
I don't know if you, of course, you remember Coach James. He said the same thing to me. So just to kind of wrap it up here, for me, my piece was saving. Your piece is finding love in what you do. And maybe that third piece might be, you can always go back.
Yeah. I mean, you know what, they say with no risk, I forget what the saying is, but I don't know. There's no risk without reward.
Right.
Or there's no reward without risk, something like that.
You got to go for it.
Just jump, but go both feet in.
So what are the three things that entrepreneurs need in this day and age? I mean, other than their business cards and a website and blah, 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 and besides the heart, the love, and besides maybe a little bit of savings, what else do you need? I mean, let's get practical.
Well, I think the biggest thing is customer service. I mean, for any business, that's huge, and that really is going to be one of the things that makes or breaks you. In any business, I don't care what industry you are. If you don't have the customer service, that business isn't going to come back.
Now, get specific. What do you mean by customer service?
So for me, in my business, in my businesses, it's all about relationships, and it's all about building them. And you don't necessarily need to know their kids' names and the kids' birthdays, but you should have that one-on-one interaction with them, know them by name, being able to call them, and giving them direct access to you. I mean, that just shows a huge trust. I mean, as the owner of the company, the fact that my clients can reach out to me directly if they have a question, a request, or if they have a complaint even, they can contact me directly. And I think that bodes so much credibility in the space that I'm in anyway. Yeah. So I would say relationships is definitely number one. The ability to network, number two.
Huge.
I mean, how are you going to build the relationships if you can't network?
Right.
So you got to put yourself out there and get to know the people in your industry. And three, integrity. And it almost comes back to accountability. It's like doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. Yeah,
and there's a format for that, like you were saying, buy when. Mm-hmm. You should trademark that. I think that's great. Those of you who know Coach Greg, you know what I'm talking about. Buy when.
Buy when.
But so buy when, have a little heart in it, get to know your customers, your clients, and really get to know them. I do think it's okay to know the kids, to know their birthdays.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a huge piece. And to me, that goes to the next piece. To do all this, to provide service at that level, it's okay to charge a little bit more.
It is.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you and I were discussing, there's companies out there or individuals even that provide similar services.
Right.
There's 100 people in a couple mile radius that build websites, and what's going to set you apart? Your pricing may be twice as much as somebody else, but based on the service that you offer, based on the relationship that you have, you've got to be able to build value in what you offer. So offering the lowest price isn't always the best.
Right.
You can offer a higher price, but because of their experience, because of the relationship, and because of what you bring to the table as an individual or as a business owner or as a company even, people are going to continue with you, even though they're paying a little bit more.
Right, right. Never be afraid. And I think that's hard for beginning entrepreneurs. They want the business,
right?
So they'll kind of compete on price. But I think, especially the people you and I deal with, these are high quality people. They deserve this level of service, and it's okay.
Absolutely.
To ask for more money, because you're going to get great service. You're going to get personal relationships.
Absolutely. And it's all about knowing your value.
Yeah.
You got to have value in yourself and what you offer as a person and as a business owner and as a product or service, whatever that may be for you. And if you have value in there, you're going to be able to share that passion and that love. And so when people hear that, they're going to be willing to invest in you, whatever that dollar amount looks like.
Right.
So never sell yourself short at all.
And then going back just to the title of this segment, the turning point.
Sure.
Is it, for me, it was a low moment. Emotionally, I was like, what else can I do? I hated my job at the casinos.
Right.
I can only make so much money. Does the turning point always have to be kind of at a low, or?
Absolutely not. I mean, for me, I was working full time, the first couple of years that I launched this business, that I had this up and running. And for me, like, I was making good money. I had great relationships with my clients and the companies that I worked for. For me, it was really just saying, okay, I know that I can grow this and I can make it bigger. So I was in a great space, but I just wasn't able to grow the company the way that I know I can, putting part-time attention to it.
Yeah.
So for me, it was just, okay, I really want to do this. I can't make this I can't have this be a hobby anymore.
Yeah.
It's and that's a tough distinction, between a hobby and making it a full-time actual career.
Right.
But for me, that's what it was, hey, there's so much more that I know that's possible. And that's why I'm here in Vegas, expanding into Vegas, because I was able to put full-time effort into it, and I know what's possible. I've seen it in Arizona. Now I know that I can bring that to the Las Vegas market as well.
Right. And I wish you the best of luck, and all of our friends online and my Facebook groups. We're behind you 100%.
I appreciate that.
Just to wrap up this little segment here, we're talking about the turning point. What's the emotional moment in your life when you're going to get off your hiney and just do it? Take the leap, become an entrepreneur, or get that second degree. Go out there, go do it.